Welcome to Value Vest Daily, where we analyze the best value and momentum investment opportunities. Today, we are diving into a stock that could be an absolute bombshell play on the entire Solana ecosystem. Now, we're not talking about just buying the token. We're talking about a company that just got a massive vote of confidence from Wall Street. So let's break down STKE.
Most investors who are bullish on Solana, they just go out and buy the SOL token. And that's fine. But there's another way to play the ecosystem's growth, a different angle. We're talking about a publicly traded company called Sol Strategies. Ticker is STKE. Think of it as a backdoor play with some potentially explosive upside.
So what does STK actually do? Well, you can think of them as a highly specialized Solana investment firm. They make money in three main ways. First, they hold and grow a big treasury of crypto assets. Second, they act like a venture capital firm, investing early in brand new, promising projects built on Solana. And third, they get their hands dirty by actively participating in the network, like running their own validators. They're hitting it from all angles to capture value.
Okay, let's get into this, because this is where it gets really, really interesting. What separates STKE from just, a generic crypto fund or some ETF? What's their unique advantage? What is their competitive note?
This right here perfectly sums up their edge. Instead of trying to be everything to everyone in the crazy, chaotic crypto ocean, STKE has a laser-sharp focus just on Solana. This lets them spot these high-growth opportunities way earlier than others and manage risk a lot better because, well, they're specialists. It really is about depth, not breadth.
Now let's get to the news that really puts this stock on the map. There has been a huge recent development that's acting as a major growth catalyst, and it's signaling that some serious institutional money is starting to flow in.
But before we get to the catalyst itself, let's just look at what it could mean for the business. In a bull market, we're talking about the company's value potentially growing at over 60% per year for the next 3 years. That is a staggering rate of compounding growth, and it's all going to be driven by the expansion of their crypto treasury.
And this is the rocket fuel. The company just closed a $30 million Canadian private placement. Now, this isn't just some small cash injection. This is a transformative amount of capital that they can now use to dramatically scale up their Solana investments and their partnerships.
So what's really telling here are the details. First off, the deal was oversubscribed. That means it was so popular, they had to increase it from $25 million up to $30 million. And second, look who led the deal. A top-tier firm, Canaccord Genuity. When a big name like that is putting their stamp on it, that is a massive vote of confidence from Wall Street.
All right, so the fundamentals are compelling. The catalyst is huge. But what about the timing? Is right now the moment to think about getting in? Let's switch gears and take a look at the technicals on the stock chart.
Okay, let's break this down real quick. The price is sitting around $3.49. The key things to notice here are it's trading just below its short-term trend line, that 20-day moving average. The RSI, which basically measures momentum, is neutral. So it's not overbought, it's not oversold, and most importantly, we have a really clear floor of support down around 309 and a ceiling of resistance at 445.
So this all leads us to the big question, the one on every investor's mind after seeing those numbers. Based on that data, is STKE a buy right this second?
So here's the verdict. The price is getting close to a strong support level, which some investors see as a pretty good zone to start building a position. But since it's still technically in a short-term downtrend, you got to be cautious. A more conservative way to play it would be to wait for the price to break back above that $3.73 trend line, hopefully with some strong trading volume to back it up.
All right, let's bring this all home and talk about the potential reward. If these fundamentals play out and the technicals start to turn bullish, what could the payoff actually look like? Let's talk price targets.
In the short term, say over the next 3 to 6 months, a realistic target is somewhere around $4, which would have it testing that nearby resistance level. But if we look out 3 years, in a bullish crypto market that's fueled by all their new capital, the target is way, way higher, $12 or more. That represents more than a 3x return from where it's at today.
And who's driving this? Let's talk about institutional ownership for a second. While we don't have the exact numbers, let me tell you this. You do not raise $30 million with a firm like Canaccord Genuity without significant smart money getting involved. That private placement is our strongest signal yet that the big investors are now backing the story.
Now, for a balanced view, it is absolutely crucial to understand the risks here. This is a high-growth, high-risk play. Its value is obviously tied very heavily to the volatile price of crypto. There's always regulatory risk looming, there's the potential for some share dilution from the recent deal, and low trading volume can mean much bigger price swings, both up and down.
And of course, just a quick but very important reminder, this is not financial advice. This analysis is purely for informational and educational purposes. You should always do your own research before making any investment decisions. So, to sum it all up, STKE offers a pretty unique, high-leverage way to invest in the entire Solana ecosystem. If you found this explainer valuable, please go ahead and subscribe, like, and share ValueVest Daily so you can learn about daily opportunities before you put your money to work.
And hey, one more thing. Please put in the comments below if you want us to do a deep dive on any specific ticker symbol you're watching. We'll see you next time.